Back to the Lions now. Just want to play a little bit of sound for you guys that was collected earlier this week. Amik Robertson yesterday was in Detroit and had this to say about Detroit.
What's up, y'all? It's Amik Robertson checking in. Glad to be here. Glad y'all gave me an opportunity to help the team win, man. We're going to do great things. We got some great memories. Lions pride.
Can't you just tell you're going to like a guy?
I love him.
10 seconds. Can't you just tell you're going to like a guy?
I love him, and I loved the tape. Mm-hmm. I loved seeing what he did with the Raiders. Mm-hmm. He's a guy that don't take any nonsense. Uh-huh. That's another guy. Hey, you're small. Hey, shrimp, get the hell out of here. And he'll come and he'll put his helmet right underneath your chin.
Right.
Yeah, you're not surprised anymore because you're seeing the type of guys that Brad Holmes is consistently going after. I mean, you said that about Cam Sutton last year when we had him on the show. We said that about C.J. Gardner-Johnson. You said about insert David Montgomery. I still remember his face. He said, I don't care what I'm doing. I don't care if I'm getting water. I just want to play for the Lions. And you saw what he helped this team do. They're picking the right guys, man, and these guys can play. I watched him lock down Rashee Rice last season. Rashee Rice is one of the up-and-coming wide receivers in this league. He was number one for Kansas City last year. He locked him up like he wasn't even there. This guy can play football.
Speaking of lockdown, Carlton Davis believes he is one. This is Carlton Davis on what he believes he brings to the Detroit Lions defense.
You about to get a lockdown corner. You about to be able to have one side just like, unavailable. That's what I do, I'm here to take out the number one receiver on any team. I'm here to deny the ball. I'm here to take the ball away.
So he's got no shortage of confidence, that young man, Carlton Davis III, coming over from Tampa for a third-round pick, the Lions' third-round pick, so pick number 92 in this April's draft. But nonetheless, he's coming out here. You might not think you were getting the number one corner when you acquired him, but he says, yes, you are.
He's definitely a number one corner. I think his give-up rate last year was like 79% or something like that. When you get those type of numbers, you are a shutdown corner. I mean, there's no such thing as a shutdown corner anymore, but you're looking for a corner that can cover somebody. You're looking for a corner that can give you an opportunity to get to the quarterback, and that's just what he does. Those long arms, you heard Jamar Chase talk about, those long arms, they keep wide receivers out of the comfort of running a clean route. Like when a wide receiver can't run a clean route because you impede him by throwing your hands out there, now the timing is off with the quarterback. Now you can't be in the right spot and where the quarterback's looking for you to be. Those long arms, they make a lot of difference when you're playing that position, the DB position.
Perhaps there's no player that the Lions signed this offseason that is as big of a risk/reward as Marcus Davenport, though. A couple of clips from him. Davenport talking about Dan Campbell and the idea of this motto of grit.
It wasn't like biting kneecaps, but, it was something along the lines of, we got grit. And, sadly, that's the message I took away. Like, grit, like, he was being serious.
So these two, again, were together in New Orleans when Davenport was a member of the Saints. And, of course, Dan Campbell was there. Aaron Glenn was there. So there's some familiarity, Braylon. And how far does that go in a league like the NFL where Davenport played for Aaron Glenn before, now he'll play for him again?
You're always looking for familiarity, Ryan. Like if you're a guy that's funny and you had a funny teammate and, like that's the type of relationship where you had a funny coach, if that's who you are, you're trying to get back to that coach. You like a funny locker room. If you're a guy that's a serious guy and you've played with a coach that's serious, kind of fits your element or a team or a system or other players, you want that. He's seen Dan Campbell, and Dan Campbell's seen him. He knows what type of player he is. He knows he's a player he knows he's a player that works hard. He knows he's a player that fits into a team system. That's why they like Davenport. Davenport knows that he's about that grit. He's about me going out there and giving everything that I have as a player, and then I can have some respect. And also the team aspect of it. You want to be around what you are. And he's a Dan Campbell type guy. That's why he plays for the Lions right now.
What about the fact that he's going to be teaming up perhaps with his former New Orleans Saints teammate Alex Anzalone as well? Here's his take on that.
Earlier, they're like, he's the alpha now. And I'm like, man, he's always been a good dude. I didn't expect nothing less. I'm just happy to see him running around making them plays, like getting excited. It's great to see someone who I don't want to say he might not have been as featured as much, but, he was a baller in his own right. And he's only came here and stepped up his game. So, just seeing that, gives me hope.
And again, and I'll go back to what I said with Amik Robertson. You look at this guy for 5 seconds and you love him. You know what I mean? If he can just stay healthy, this is a guy that you could root for. I love this guy already, just watching him throughout the press
The
conference.
story with the Saints and Anzalone, I watched that video a few times, and I think when someone said to him, Anzalone's the guy here now.
Right.
He's like, really? Because let's face it, we all thought that of Alex Anzalone, right? We didn't think
He wasn't. He was on the verge of not making the team
Correct.
in the
in
Hard Knocks season.
In Hard Knocks. So Davenport's like, oh, he's come a long way, in other words, basically. And he has come a long way.
Yeah, 100%. And it's funny. I wrote down two things in terms of what he was talking. The first thing that he said was Anzalone's a good dude, which goes back to what we talk about, the type of guys that Brad Holmes is bringing in. They're not only team guys. They're not only guys that can have good input and good value. They're good guys, Ryan.
Right.
They're good guys. They're guys you want to be around. There's guys you want to be on your team. And definitely the thing about Anzalone, he talked about, he's like, basically, that's what I was going to say, man. I'm like, he basically was saying, like,
He was shocked.
he was a scrub.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, he was a scrub that just worked hard but was a good guy and that you wish good things for. He kept his head down. He kept working. We saw Anzalone in 2021. I told you I didn't like him.
Right.
I said, that baby Thor and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I said, he can't go side to side. He can't cover any tight ends. Like, I didn't like him. He's worked hard. He's gotten better and better to the tune where you got Baldy breaking him down and giving him
Yes.
love. 100%. He's worked hard and he's deserving of everything that comes his way.
Just speaking of Anzalone, that just shows you how you can change a person.
Yeah.
How you can give them confidence and love, and nurture them and bring them up. I don't mean to sound like I'm a mother, but in reality, Bray, if you go to a team and you have a coach that is on you all the time and really doesn't pay you any respect, and then you got another guy that you work for, like a Rex Ryan, that likes you, busts your chops once in a while, but puts you up on a pedestal, don't you play better for him?
Yeah, you absolutely do, and I'll break that down a little further. You got to admire the coaching position so much.
Yeah.
I always tell you my story with Lloyd Carr going back. Look, there's 122 personalities. Now, maybe he's only paying attention to the 86 on scholarship. But that's 86 guys that he can't talk to the same exact way. One guy has no parents here. He's from California.
Yep.
So you got to be a little nicer to him. You got to put up with a little more of his BS. Another guy has two parents here. His father's a Michigan man. You can put him through a little bit more. A support system there. The way good coaches can pull it out of you. The way good coaches, they know when to ride you, pause. They know when to back off. They know when to, I got to push this button a little bit because I got to get this out of them. Great coaches can do that for you, and I think that's what this staff is. Like, that's what this staff is with the Detroit Lions. You got all these former players who are basically coaching these players on how they wanted to be coached, how they wanted to be talked to. Steve Hyden is one of my former teammates. Hank Fraley is one of my former teammates. I mean, I know half this coaching staff. They are treating these players the way they wanted to be treated, and the ones that have had success, they're pushing them the way they know they can have success. You got to tip your hat off to Dan Campbell for hiring this staff and firing some guys to make it even better. Deshae Townsend and Greg Terrell's coming in.
I love it.
Without having the benefit of the NFL draft yet, with where it stands right now, what are, and quarterback aside, what would you say position group? Give me the top 3 position groups on the Detroit Lions right now. What would you say they are?
The top 3
position groups.
Okay, I got you.
O-line.
Just right now, O-line.
O-line number 1.
Backfield.
Running back field number 2.
Tight end.
Defensive line.
I would say O-line with tight end is the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So O-line, running backs, and if you go to the defensive side,
I'd say D-line.
I'm with you 100%.
And that's exactly what I was getting at. I think this upgrade of the defensive line, this one player specifically in DJ Reader, makes everybody so much better. It makes a Lee McNeil better.
Hell yeah.
It makes Aiden Hutchinson better. It makes James Houston better. It makes Josh Pascal better. If Marcus Davenport is healthy, it makes him better.
He's going to be.
That one signing along the defensive line has taken that group from here on the team, strength chart, I'd say, and has brought it up here a couple of pegs. Pretty significant.
Does it improve the linebackers too?
It does 100% because it starts in the middle. It works outward. So you start with the defensive line. You shore that up. Now you're helping your linebackers, which is ultimately going to help your defensive backs as well. I remember this. I remember Lamar Woodley's rookie year. Well, not rookie year. I remember his freshman year. First year he played. Didn't necessarily have a great defensive line in terms of the interior, but we had some good outside linebackers. Insert Alan Branch. Insert Gabe Watson. Lamar Woodley turned into the best outside linebacker in Big Ten and won. It was first team All-American by his junior year. That's because they shored up the interior linemen. They took away the double teams, the triple teams, and allowed him to play one-on-one. Allowing outside linebackers or edge rushers that have that type of skill to go one-on-one is insane. That's why you see guys like T.J. Watt have 22.5 sacks. Who's he playing next to? Cameron Hayward.
Yeah.
Or Casey Hayward, excuse me. It's not Casey, but Cameron. I said it right his first name. Cameron Hayward, one of the best defensive interiors. You looking at inside and you got a guy, 9 times out of 10, that guy on the outside is eating Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead. You get a guy on the interior like that, makes Aiden's job so much easier.
I'm on a little bit of a list kick now, and I'm just kind of, just by the fact of this conversation, the Eagles got Saquon. I think what people have done within the division has been nice, but nothing. The Packers with Josh Jacobs, I think that was significant.
I think the Vikings with Aaron Jones.
That was
very, very quietly very good.
But they're going to have a rookie quarterback. Chicago's going to have a rookie quarterback. So not that a rookie quarterback, and we've seen it with C.J. Stroud. I don't want to discount that. But you've got 2 teams in the division that are going to have a rookie quarterback. And that might be significant a year or 2 from now. But I think this year the Lions could handle a rookie quarterback. Maybe I'm oversimplifying it, but I would trust the Detroit Lions within the division to beat up a rookie quarterback a little bit. Maybe I'm totally wrong on that, but I would take Lions over Minnesota and Chicago right now based on those rookie quarterbacks.
I understand that. And look, I'm still with the Detroit Lions, okay? I'm with the Lions 100%. Don't not take Chicago serious. Look, I understand that. You say Caleb Williams. Look, Caleb Williams is supposed to be, and the key word is supposed to. He's supposed to be this, heir apparent, transcendent, generational talent, etc. If he's half of that, he's got 2 number 1s in DJ Moore and Keenan Allen that can ball. Keenan Allen's one of my favorite wideouts in the game. When he's healthy, he's unstoppable. Now you mix it with DJ Moore, who's also unstoppable, and Cole Kmet and DeAndre Swift. If I'm the Chicago Bears, I'm leaning more towards the offensive line in the draft.
All right, let me do this. Let me do this.
They're serious.
Let me do
Ryan.
it this way. After the Eagles got Saquon, after Packers got Josh Jacobs, after what Chicago's done with the defensive side of the ball, 49ers really haven't done a ton. Rank your NFC teams for me right now, top 3 or 4.
Top 3 NFC or NFC North?
Just NFC. NFC. Biggest challenge. Lions have made some additions.
Lions won.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
49ers have gotten worse.
Okay.
In my opinion. Lions won.
I got it.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say Green Bay too.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Green Bay too.
I got Lions, San Fran, and Green Bay. That's my 3.
I got Lions, Green Bay. I really don't want to say San Fran, but I have to.
You have to.
For their track record. San Fran. But don't sleep. Don't sleep on the Rams. Don't sleep on the Rams is what I'm going to tell you. Rams are my number 14.
They got worse today.
Rams are my number 14 in the NFC. I promise you that. But Keenan Allen move and the Marquise Brown move are the 2 best moves I've seen. Next to DJ Reader.
Well, we can continue to talk about that right now if you
Who's
want to go
your
there. Who's my 3? I think the Lions are the best team in the NFC.
They are.
I think you've got to put Green Bay up there as well.
Yep.
And I would put Philadelphia up there.
Okay.
I think Philadelphia got significantly better with Saquon Barkley. They
got a sleeper.
Added a couple of defensive pieces too. I really like what Philadelphia's offseason has looked like.
They still got Nick Sirianni.
I don't. That's exactly what I was going to say. I don't like their hierarchy in the coaching staff.